Welcome to another episode of the Blues Harp Biker. In fact, this is episode number 90. Hey everybody, welcome to the Blues Harp Biker show. Wow, number 90. This is a lot of videos to put out in such a short time, I think anyways. I'm sure there are people that do them every day, but 90 videos in less than a year. And thank you for subscribing and making it happen and watching the videos and stuff. I really do appreciate everybody. Well, hey, I've still got some audio issues with my motovlog setup, which I do think I've got figured out, but I'm not quite there yet. It's been raining, it's been cold, and the holiday, so I haven't had a chance to really give my setup a thorough test before I get into making some serious content again. But today I've got something a little bit different lined up. This is more of the music end of the show. You guys know that once in a while I'll put out an episode where there's something a little musical in there. I'll either interview my musical friends about their motorcycles, or sometimes I'll jam with somebody, or videos of my band shows, gone to concerts, and you know, things like that. But this is an interesting one, and if you are interested in guitars, you're going to want to stay tuned. And if you're just interested in old stuff in general, this is very interesting, particularly if you like, you know, celebrity owned stuff. This is not motorcycle related, although I'm going to be taking this guitar over to my friend Tom Walzem, who has a music store. He's a motorcycle rider, and he was in it's been in a couple of my episodes. He's got a BMW R100, so you know, got a little bit of biker content here. But I've got a 1950 Epiphone Triumph Regent that once belonged to the guitarist J.Geils. Now, J.Geils, if you guys remember, you guys probably mostly will remember J.Geils band from the 1980s, where they had hits like Freeze Frame Centerfold and Love Stinks. But before they got deeply into the pop realm of modern music, J.Geils band was a hard rockin' funky party band, you know, which when I was a teenager, I loved them. They were an East Coast band, and I'm out here on the West Coast, so not a lot of people were into them out here. But somehow I heard them on the radio. It blew my mind. And my whole teenage years, my number one band was this funky band from Boston called the J.Geils Band. And if you've ever heard any of their older stuff, they were really bluesy oriented, and then their, you know, mid-career stuff was really funky, and then they got kind of pop towards the end. You know, that's the payoff. And they still made good music on those albums and the pop albums as well, but my favorite era of them was their mid era in the 1970s. Anyways, I love that band, and I had an opportunity to buy one of J.Geils' guitars, and I did it. And there are some special things about it that I want to find out, and we're going to take it over to Tom, and we're going to do some investigating on a few things that I think are odd with the guitar. So let's do it. And like I said, if you guys like guitars, or if you just like old stuff, this is going to be interesting, and it's got an interesting story behind it, which I will tell during the episode. And so let's check it out. If you guys are familiar with my channel, give me a like. I really like that. It makes me happy. Also hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and also let's hear your comments. If you're a guitar nut, let me know what you think about it as well. This is a real interesting guitar, and I think it's an interesting story. Some of you guys that are hardcore motorcyclists, you may not be very interested in this, but watch it anyways to the end. What the heck, right? It's a cool old piece of history, so, you know, you'll dig it if you like old stuff. All right, well, I'm going to ride the Sportster now, and like I said, I don't have a motovlog set up at this time, but I'm going to ride the Sportster over before it starts raining, and let's go, all right? All right, let's do it.
1 hour later.
right, well here we are at Mystic Music. Now, what we're doing is we're taking, that's Tom. You guys know Tom.
Hey, how you doing?
And we are going to go out and take one more look at his BMW before we go. But this is not so much biker. This is more blues. Well, it's not really blues harp either. It's more blues guitar. But anyways, this is my guitar that belongs to J.Geils. Belonged to J.Geils, the guitarist J.Geils. Band from the 70s and 80s. They had big hits on the radio, and I picked this guitar up from a guy in Cleveland who bought it from the J.Geils estate after J.Geils died. It's a 1951 Epiphone Triumph Regent, and I have all the documentation on it and everything that it belonged to J.Geils. I have pictures of him playing it, everything. Well, anyways, so this is for you guitar nuts out there. This is the story. Okay, let's look at the guitar here.
The gator case. Notice the gator.
Yeah, the alligator guitar case.
Nice, nice.
Okay, and there she be.
Oh, look at this. Now this is Gibson manufactured, correct?
Is it? I don't think so.
Or their own Epiphone before they were acquired by
Yeah.
Gibson.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, I think Gibson acquired them in like 58, 57, and this is a 51.
Very nice. Spruce top?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Oh, look at that inlay. It's really elegant.
Yeah, it's the only thing with it is it's got some it's been repaired here. It's been repaired here and right here. It's been repaired. And there's a few cracks and a few things. And so the funny thing about this is, and why we're here, is that yeah, pull it out of there. And is that isn't that something? Yeah. So the reason we're here is that in this auction he had museum quality pieces. All of his guitars were of $10,000 to $12,000 prices, and they were wonderful guitars. Strombergs, old Gibsons, old Epiphones, old Gretches, just stuff all from the 30s, 40s, you know. And he had this, and this guitar is pretty beat up. Those guitars were all like collector museum quality, and he had this. So what we're thinking, if any of you guys know about guitars, we're thinking that maybe these pickups, which have obviously been put in here, because this guitar didn't come with these pickups in it, maybe they're the old Gibson P.A.Fs, which means patent applied for them. They were the first pickups of this style, humbucking pickups, that Gibson made. So that's what Tom's here, because Tom works on this stuff, and he rides motorcycles. So we're gonna
bike content, music content, blues content,
and this is it. And so we're gonna pull these pickups out and see if this is why. Now, if these are P.A.Fs, they're very expensive pickups, okay? And the thing about this is that why did he keep this guitar? Because this guitar it's beautiful, but it's a mess.
Do you want to hear it first before we take the strings off?
Sure, we can. Let's play it.
Just
I'll let you play it through. Plug it into.
Oh, here's this Tremolux.
Here's this Tremolux here. Let's plug it into this Tremolux.
This is a 1961 Tremolux. I thought it was a 62, but I've done a little research.
Aha.
And it's a 61. They made this model of Tremolux 61 through 63. So it works very nice. So right now, it's got a master tone and then 2 volumes.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Spray that out a little bit.
Yeah.
Check this thing out.
What do you think?
That sounds like a P.A.F.
Don't they sound like P.A.Fs?
That sounds like I hear a Jimmy Page, you know, and woo! I'm getting excited.
Let's see what happens here.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So this guitar, there's some reason why J.Geils kept this guitar, and because everything else, I saw the auction. This guitar was on. The auction was archived. And it's probably still online if you check I forget which auction it was, but if it's probably still online. And all the things he had there they were museum quality guitars. And then he had this, and this was the only thing that was less than a couple $1,000. So this is the only thing that was less than $5,000 or $6,000.
It's beautiful. I like the design aesthetic behind this. I love the rounded cutaways and how nicely they echoed it with this pickguard.
Yeah.
How can you not love that? And then bonus, most guitars of this era have a lot of deterioration on these vintage nitrocellulose pickguards, and this one seems to be intact and doing nicely. So,
yep.
Yeah.
And the original tuners.
Oh, they're still, they haven't crumbled in my hands.
Yeah. All right. Well, what we figured out here is that it's a patent applied for, P.A.F.
Whoa!
Except,
Uh-oh.
I don't think it's a real one. We think it might be a reissue one because they made some that they put stickers on later, and they're not the 1957 through 1961 Gibson humbucking pickups. And we're looking at the fonts here on the stickers, and they don't match up with the real P.A.F. sticker here.
God, that R definitely looks like, compare it to this one. It looks, that R is definitely bigger. The whole font's bigger. But it's not spread out as much as it should be, I think. Dang. Yeah, it's smaller font.
Now, how about the size of the pickup? This pickup looks smaller than this pickup. Doesn't it look smaller? It looks like it's less. It's a little smaller this way, and a little less rectangle and a little more square. I mean, maybe that's my eyes playing tricks with me.
Yeah, it looks the same.
Is it?
Yep. Where's the, see, the tooling marks is the other thing we were going to look for. I don't see those. It's interesting though. I'm curious about this pickup.
Yeah. It's definitely older than that pickup.
Definitely. Yeah, I think so.
It's definitely older than that pickup.
I don't know. I think there's still a chance.
There's still some question, isn't there?
Some questions. It's different enough from that one. And I don't know how much Gibson changed their fonts over the years. But the spacing.
Is the spacing different on mine?
See, look at the space between the O and the R. Oh, it's really close. Man.
But what?
Maybe there is an L-shaped thing here.
Yeah. Well, I think the general consensus is that we don't have real Gibson patent applied for humbucking pickups in here. Even though they did have the P.A.F. stickers on them, I think that they're some kind of aftermarket pickup. What do you think?
Yeah, I think they're probably really nice Gibson pickups.
Yeah.
But they're unfortunately not the really old ones.
Yeah, probably some reissues of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but sound good.
That's what matters.
But there's still a few things that are a little bit oddball about it, and you never know. You just never know. But at this point, I'm still wishful thinking, but at this point, we're saying no. But the thing about it is why it's so important for these to be P.A.Fs is that P.A.Fs are very expensive pickups. They're probably worth more than the guitar.
Oh, for
So,
sure, yeah.
Yeah. So when you've, you know, if you had $5,000 pickups in this guitar, two of them, which we only had one that was even remotely close to being one. This one's not at all. That's a modern pickup for sure. So I'm still wishful thinking a little bit, but at this point, all I got is a celebrity-owned J.Geils guitar, nice vintage piece. and I'm happy with that because I'm no worse off than I was before.
That's for sure.
You know, and it's beautiful. Look at that. You just don't get guitars like this anymore. It's just fantastic.
You know, maybe love stinks, but not this guitar.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Wait a minute. I got you on a freeze frame.
Oh, perfect.
I must have got lost somewhere down the line.
Ah! Somewhere down the line.
Some more J.Geils
Can't
puns.
you just see that skinny guy jumping around on stage?
Yep. I wanted to be those guys when I was young. Man, when I was in high school, I wanted to be those guys. That's why I play harmonica. Oh. I wanted to be Magic Dick on the harmonica. I wanted to be Peter Wolf on the vocals and frontman, and I loved J.Geils guitar playing. And oh man, it was just, you know,
They were a rockin' deal.
They were bad. They were bad. And this is one of my prized possessions, people. J.Geils' guitar. Well, she's all back together now, and it certainly is beautiful. Now I know that this isn't what a lot of you motorcycle guys want to see, but some of the musicians out there will really appreciate this. And
this is American ingenuity, know-how, and craftsmanship, man.
this is back when things were built tough, built to last.
They put a lot of effort into these things. Yeah. I'd love to see that come back in America, you know?
Yep, yep, especially in the guitars.
Oh yeah, we can do it.
Yeah, we can do it.
We do.
Yeah. Right. Well, thanks, Tom.
All right, you're welcome.
Yeah, let's go out and look at the BMW real quick if we can see, if we got light.
Right out here.
Oh, it's wet out here. Quick look. Oh, there it is.
There it is. I'm gonna.
All right, you don't have to take it all the way off.
Pretend I'm in England, except for driving on the other side of the street.
Right.
Those
There
guys
it is.
drove this stuff all the
And
time.
you get to ride it home because you're a daily driver.
Yeah, man. I die hard.
There you go.
It's got to be pretty freaking bad before I'm gonna not
Yeah.
get it right.
Well, I get to have some fun too. But I'm not going to film my ride home. Well, all right, friends, that's it. I think we're done with this episode. Thanks a lot, Tom. Mystic Music. If any of you guys are looking for anything, get in touch with Tom. I'll put the information in the description below, and then there'll be a little something across the screen as well. And if you guys, we got any guys that like to ride motorcycles and play guitars, you can come by and check out this great shop that's motorcycle and guitar friendly. Yeah, you bet. So. And the J.Geils guitar is not what we thought it was, but still we're no worse off. It's beautiful. So.
Oh man, yeah, no. It's a beauty.
It looks like it just could be you know what it looks like? It's so beautiful it could be a angel in a centerfold.
Sure does. Damn!
Oh.
I've been trying to think of other different song titles, and I cannot think of any of them.
So I'm pretty excited to own this guitar. Like I said, because J.Geils was my favorite band of all time. If anybody knows anything about this guitar that happens to be watching, that's a guitar nut, maybe you knew J.Geils, or maybe you knew about the guitar, let me know. That would be cool if you'd leave it in the comments below. All right, so